Okay, so welcome to the third Morass Of Molasses song breakdown, and this month we're going to be breaking down the song Estranger. Now, you may have already seen that we did a song playthrough and even added baritone guitar to it this time, so that was obviously how we play the song, and this is basically, I guess, what made the song. Now, if you've watched one of these videos before, you'll notice that I basically do this thing where the first half of the video I talk about the themes and kind of the starting points of the song and the lyrics and what they mean and things like that, subject matter, and in the second half of it I talk about the actual evolution of the song and how we started to play it, basically. Okay, so with no further ado, let's move on to the first section. Okay, so as I mentioned, in this section we're going to talk about the actual starting points of the band, as in the first little nugget of it. And I guess you can't really talk about this song without talking about the blues, because it is a blues song, and blues has always been present in what we do with Morass Of Molasses. It's always because we love blues. I mean, some of our favourite bands like Free, blues rock bands, and in some ways we consider ourselves just to be a heavy blues rock band. I know we've got elements of doom and all that in it as well, but really blues is the basis of everything we do, and so it's always been in there. But I would say that we'd never written a blues song, as it were, and for various reasons that was. And then when Raj joined the band and we realised that because he can pretty much do anything, he could play a really good blues shuffle, we were like, well, now maybe is the time to actually write that blues song we've always been wanting to write. And so I had sort of some basic ideas that I put on the back burner, and then brought them forward and wrote the blues song that we always wanted to write, really, and I'm really proud of it. And actually it was so strong that I think it gave me the courage to do some stuff lyrically that maybe I wouldn't have done otherwise. And so I decided, like with a lot of songs in this album, to dig quite deep personally and write about something. Well, basically the song is about, as the title suggests, estrangement. So it's being estranged from somebody in a relationship, and I decided to write about a personal relationship where I'd become estranged from somebody that was very close to me. And I'll be honest, the whole process of writing about it has been right from thinking of the idea of what I was going to write about and writing the lyrics and then singing them both live and in the studio. The whole thing has been a whole roller coaster ride, and it's been quite cathartic, really. And I think that writing this song has actually helped me deal with what the subject matter was, and this, I guess, failed relationship, for want of a better way of putting it. So anyway, that's the song lyrics and the sort of the starting points of the song. So I guess now I should probably move on to the evolution of the song. So where did the riffs come from? Where did the first ideas come from? Well, I was looking back on my phone and I found a very early acoustic recording years back that I'd obviously just jammed out. And this is probably around the time when These Paths We Tread was sort of being recorded. So this song dates back to way back then. And I think we were never managed to realise it as I wanted it to be realised. So we just kind of left it, really. And then, as I said before, when Raj joined the band, this was the time now to actually do this. So I think I can play you a little bit of that early acoustic recording now, actually. So as you can see, it's very basic, but you can still identify the bass line in the song there. And that's where everything started, really. And then, quite nicely actually, when we first started to jam this, it came together really quick. It seemed that we had chemistry on the song very early on, and so all of the structures in that just happened, really. And it's great when that happens with the song, when it's really easy to write a song. It's almost like I felt like this song had always been in us. We'd always been trying to write this song. And like from a very early rehearsal recording with Raja on drums, which I'll play for you now, actually. So you can see that's very recognisable. In fact, that differs very little from the recorded version on the album. So there wasn't a lot we changed, really, and like from very early on the song was there. which is what gave me the bravery to write the lyrics, which I talked about before over the top of it. But then also we got to road test this song in a tour, probably maybe even a couple of tours before we actually got into the studio, and I think that was really essential for a song like this that has a lot of jammy qualities to it, and especially like kind of a lot of expression in the song. We were able to play it live a lot and work out the kinks, and even take some advice for some people that had seen it live and make some little tweaks here and there to it. And so by the time we actually got it to the studio, the song was really finessed, and so that when we actually recorded it, I think we ended up with something pretty good. But I'll actually play you a little bit of an early recording. It was actually something somebody filmed at one of our swamp nights, and it just shows you us working it through live. So again, as you can tell, the song's there. It's pretty much there. There wasn't a lot that changed through this, so the evolution of it really, I guess, happened right back at the start. I mean, there was obviously a lot of layering that we did at the end of this song, and the whole end section of this song, there's quite a lot of melodies that we bring into it, which you could argue aren't very bluesy. Some of it's kind of almost a bit grungy in places, and some of the harmonies that we do aren't strictly blues, but that's kind of what we do, is we add other stuff into songs. So, but I would still say that overall, this is our blues song. So yeah, hope you enjoy it, and yeah, that's Estranger. See you next month. Bye.